Right now there's a person you love, and one day they will be thought of for the very last time. Here is the strange part. You might be the one who thinks it. There will be a final moment when their name crosses a human mind. A last time anyone anywhere pictures their face. And after that they are gone. Not gone the way a heart stops, gone in a different way. Stay with me, this sounds bleak, but I promise it ends somewhere warm. We like to believe the people we love are safe inside us. That as long as we keep them in mind, they are not really gone. And we tell ourselves the great ones live forever. That if you do something big enough, you will be remembered for all time. Build a monument, write your name in stone. Be too important to forget. It feels true, it feels like how the world works. But almost none of it is. Let me take you somewhere far away first. Imagine a museum, thousands of years from now. Strange machines nobody uses anymore sit behind glass. A child walks up and presses play on an old recording. A voice from a vanished century begins to speak. And the voice asks one quiet question. How would you like to be remembered when it is all over? It is a funny question when you really sit with it, because no one ever finds out the answer. You will never know how you are remembered. You will not be there to see it. It is a wish about a day you can never attend. So suppose someone really asked you, what would you say? Most of us reach for the big, shiny words. I want to be remembered as important, as influential, as powerful, as successful, as someone who changed the world. But sit with each word for a second, and it quietly dissolves. What does powerful even mean in a universe this size? What does wealthy mean in a world still full of empty hands? What does important mean to a species that barely understands itself? These words feel solid until you squeeze them. Then there's nothing inside. So maybe the answer should be gentler than that. Maybe you want to be remembered as someone who tried, someone who cared, who helped, who loved as well as they could. A good friend, a good parent, an honest person. That is a beautiful answer, it really is. But here is the quiet truth almost no one says. History is packed with people exactly that kind. Billions of them, gentle, loving, honest people. And almost every one of them is remembered by no one at all. Being good did not keep them in the lights. So maybe being remembered was never the prize we thought. But what about the few who do last? The names everyone still knows. Take the most remembered mind of the last few centuries. Albert Einstein, a name that survived more than 100 years. But ask yourself honestly, how does the world actually know him? Not as a man who got tired, not as someone who got lonely on an ordinary night. The world does not remember the person. It remembers the equations. It keeps the contribution and lets the human slip away. If he had never done the work, history would not know the name. And here is the part that aches a little. Even being one of the most remembered humans alive does not mean you are remembered. It means a thing you made is remembered, with your name stapled on. The warmth of who they were did not survive. Only the usefulness did. So come back to the people you love, the ones who are not famous. Picture someone who has already passed. A grandparent, a friend, someone whose voice you can still hear. While you are alive, they are not fully gone. You still carry the way they laughed. A phrase they always said, a small habit you copied. They live in a quiet room inside you. But you are mortal too. And one day that room closes. Maybe a few others remember them too, for a while. But those people are mortal as well. One by one they go. And somewhere in that line, there is a last one. The last person who will ever hold them in mind. The last time their name is spoken out loud anywhere. And that person might be alone in a kitchen, doing the dishes, not even noticing. They will think of them once, a small warm flicker. And then the thought will pass like all thoughts do. And it will never come again. Not once, not anywhere, in all of time. That is the real ending, not the funeral, this. And if it is true for them, you already know where this goes. One day, the last room that holds you will close too. Somewhere out in time, a stranger you never met will think of you. They will be the last, and they will not even know they are the last. Your name, your face, your whole inner world. One final flicker, and then quiet. And you join the great silence where almost everyone already is. This is not a punishment, it is just the size of time. Time is so much bigger than memory. Memory was never built to last. So you might be thinking, then what is the point of any of it? If we are all forgotten, why try to be good? Why love it all? Here is where the whole thing quietly turns around. Being remembered was never what gave your life meaning. You were chasing a reward you could never collect. Think about it this way: loving someone for 1,000 years, or loving them for 5 minutes. To the person who actually felt that love, it is the same. The warmth was real while it was happening, and that was always the whole gift. Wanting to be remembered comes from the same place. That wants to never lose anything. But nothing lasts, and everything loses everything. That is just the shape of being alive. So here is the strange comfort hiding underneath all of it. If no one remembers you in the end, then nothing you do is for the record. You are not building a statue, you are living a life. Which means you get to choose what your life is for, right now. Not for a museum, not for history, for the time you are actually inside. So dedicate yourself to something. A cause, a person, a craft, a small daily kindness. Not because you will be remembered for it, but because it is what you want your life to mean. And what you decide your life is for, is what your life is for. Whether anyone ever knows makes no difference to the one who actually lived it. So think of that person you love, the one who is gone, or who one day soon will be. Yes, one day they will be thought of for the last time. But that does not erase a single second you had with them. Those seconds happened, they were warm, and they were enough. And if you are the last one who remembers them, that is not a burden. It is the most loving job there is, to hold a light a little longer. So tonight, think of them on purpose. While you still can, say their name out loud just once into the quiet. You are not delaying their ending. You are choosing to love them again. That is the only kind of forever any of us ever had. Not lasting forever, just being fully here while we are here. And honestly, that was always enough. If this gave you a little peace, stay a while. There is more quiet to find here.